Hello and welcome back to another video. It's been some time. I know it's been like, I've been thinking about making this video for like 10 weeks now. Anyway, welcome back. I'm going to be doing a film review, Bring It On All or Nothing, which is the best Bring It On film. Oh my god, I can't believe I just said that. I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh my god, I can't believe she just said that, but I did. So Bring It On All or Nothing is about a cheerleader. Well, all movies about cheerleaders, obviously, but it's about a cheerleader named Brittany, played by Hayden Panettiere. And she is like head cheerleader of this really like great cheerleading team called the Pacific Vista Pirates. They're really great. They're really great, but mostly they're just like really rich. Because the first time I saw this movie, I was like, "Is that is a school? That is a high school that they are going to." The school looks like what I thought American universities would look like, and I'm like, this is their school? They like walk out into the what? At one point they walk outside of the school and there's like a kiosk that serves coffee, and I'm like, this is not a school. This is a high school. Anyway, long story short, she's head cheerleader in like this really rich white place, really rich white area, and her father like loses his job and they have to like move to like the wrong side of the tracks, metaphorically. So she moves to like the movie starts off and Brittany is like in a dream. She dreams that she's in front of, they're at prom and like she wins. No, they're at homecoming. What's the difference? What is the difference between prom and homecoming? Oh my god. But they're at homecoming. Her boyfriend wins homecoming king and she wins homecoming queen, and like they do like a chair where they're like, my name is Ashley. She's like, my name is Brittany. Yeah, etc. I do not remember. Side note, her boyfriend was supposed to be hot. All of these movies from like the early to mid 2000s, when I look back on them, and they're like, all these boys are supposed to be so attractive, they're not attractive. They're just like tall. They're tall and then that's the whole thing. They're supposed to be so attractive. I'm like, they're fighting over no offense, this boy, so sorry, could not be me. Anyway, yeah, she's head cheerleader. There's obviously there's like one girl who's there who is also on the cheerleading squad, who is like clearly gunning for her spot, and the girl is like very open about it. Oh my god, what's her name? Ugh. Okay, her name is Winnie. So Brittany is head cheerleader. Winnie is like, was also going up for head cheerleader, and she like lost, and apparently she like loses to Winnie Winnie apparently loses to Brittany at everything. Like, she also has a crush on Brad, and she also, like, for their whole life, Winnie has been losing to Brittany, and it's very clear from like the first scene. After the very first scene, which is her in a dream, the next scene is them like walking down the hallway and they're like talking, and that's when you find out that like there's some contention between Brittany and Winnie. And in this scene, this movie is also like really funny at points. Like in this scene is where Winnie's like, oh my god, you're a head cheerleader and you maintain a C average, you're such an overachiever. I'm like, that's not a C average, excuse me. So the rest of them are just failing out of school. Anyway, Winnie obviously like feels like she's second fiddle to Brittany in like every aspect of life, and this is the first scene that they're in, and I'm like, why are they friends with Winnie? This is a point that comes up, I feel like, several times in the movie. Every single scene Winnie is in, she is horrible. Like, she's horrific. And I understand that they're all cheerleaders, but does that mean they all have to be friends? Because Winnie is mean not only to all of them and racist, because she calls the only Asian girl Crouching Tiger. So like, not only is Winnie mean to every single person, she is also, every person outside of their immediate friend group, she's also mean to the people in their friend group. So why are they friends? I don't get it. Her father loses his job, so they have to move to Crenshaw Heights, and so Winnie is now the head cheerleader at Pacific Vista. She goes to Crenshaw Heights, and there's Camille. The first few people she meets are like Camille, Carisha, and Letty, and they're all part of the cheerleading squad at Crenshaw Heights. And Camille is played by Solange. Oh my god, I love Solange. She's played by Solange, and I feel like in the very first scene where they meet, no, she doesn't call her white girl in the very first scene that they meet, but she does proceed to call her white girl 8 times throughout this movie. And one of the girls, the 2 girls are Carisha and Letty. Letty is like Latinx, and Letty calls her white girl in Spanish at one point 8 times, y'all. The movie is an hour and a half, but they like almost gets into a fight. She's the only white girl in the entire school, or so they make it seem. They make it seem like she's the only white girl in the entire school. To get into the school, she has to go through like a metal detector. Is this real? Like, are there metal detectors in schools in low-income neighborhoods in the US? Because if so, that is crazy. There are metal detectors for them to walk through, and then there are people like patrolling the halls on golf carts during the classes, and I'm like, this is an exaggeration, surely, right? She goes to class, she makes a fool of herself in front of the entire class. She goes to lunch, and they do the girl Camille and Carisha and Letty do like a chant that they made up for the cheer leading team, the cheer squad, I don't know. And they're like, oh, my name Carisha, yeah. And then she said something about earthquake. When I was a child and I saw that, I was like, oh my god, I love her. I am Carisha. Even though looking back on it now, she's I thought she was gonna be big. Oh my god, that's the other thing. She's like the fat one on their team, the black team. She's like the fat one, and there's a fat girl on the Pacific Vista team, but the girl on the PV team is not fat. Like, she's not fat, like, bro, at all. Like, she's not at all. And Winnie is so horrible to her. Like, Winnie is so horrible to her. But it's also like, first of all, she's not fat, and then second of all, every single scene she's in, she is eating. Every single scene bar one, she is eating. She's like running and eating. The first scene where Winnie makes Brittany go up to her and tell her, oh, you need to lose weight because PV has never had a fat cheerleader. First of all, she's eating chips. She's in cheerleading practice. She has chips in her hand, and she has a chocolate bar in the waist of her skirt. You expect me to be this girl who is not fat, first of all, is eating, can't stop eating enough to stop eating while she's working out, while she's at practice. She's eating so much, she has to be eating while she's at practice, and she has something stuck into her skirt. The girl is not fat. Like, she's not fat at all. Like, If anything, she was thick. But even, I don't even think you would consider her, she's too small to be thick. Anyway. They have this chat, like, my name's Camille, my name's Letty, Teresa, whatever, in the cafeteria. And she, like, sees them. And she says, she, like, lets them know she used to be a cheerleader and whatnot. And then they walk away. They have, like, a little bit of commotion. Then they walk away. And then she sees, like, a group of white girls. So she, like, picks up and, like, heads over to that table. And she puts her tray down, and they all get up and walk away, which is so rude. All these people, like, this is happening in real life, because truly, I don't think that people would do that. They would be uncomfortable, but I don't think they would all of them get up and move. She goes into the bathroom and, like, starts crying. Sorry. But she sends a video to her friends of her, like, sobbing, crying, like, sobbing so hard you cannot understand what she's saying to her friends. And then she goes back into the hallway. She goes into the hallway and she meets Jessie, who is her love interest for this movie, who low-key I thought was a homosexual. When I was like, he seems gay to me. Is this resonating with anybody else? Because, like, he seems gay. That's who they're cute, but, like, also he seems gay. They have, like, a moment on the floor, whatever, and then she goes to they have, like, a pep rally, and she, like, sees them in pep rally. She gets up to leave, and he, like, follows her and, you know, tells her that she should come try out for the team because they're holding tryouts. They have tryouts. I'm pretty sure Camille calls her a white girl again. She's the best one, obviously, because she's the best one. The other people are so comically bad. They're just, like, they're literally just, like, flailing their limbs about, like, so bad, and flailing their limbs about so recklessly that at one point somebody hits Letty in her face and she falls to the ground. Oh my god. Obviously Brittany's the best, so they bring her on. She's the best, so they offer her a spot and she says no thank you. Which, if you are going to say no thank you, why show up? Truly, you are wasting everybody's time. Why even come if you're gonna be like, actually, you know what, no thank you. There are, like, a few scenes, and then Camille, like, eventually confronts her and is like, you know, you're not going to fit in with anybody else. Like, cheerleading is first of all, like, you're the only white girl here, you're not gonna fit in with anybody else. And, like, you could fit in with us, the cheerleaders, because you're a cheerleader. And she's like, okay. So she joins the cheerleading squad. And, like, everything's okay. And then at one point, Camille doesn't, like, she couldn't come to head the practice, so she put Letty in charge of the practice. And none of the boys are listening to Letty. They're off in the corner Krumping. Yes. This movie was in the mid-2000s. But they're, like, in the corner Krumping, and this scene is unfortunately one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie. But no, seriously, when I saw this as a child, I was like, excuse me, is this allowed? I thought it was, oh my god, I don't even want to say it, but I thought it was so hot. But, like, even now I'm like, what are they doing? Also, she's like, what is she doing? You know, this scene, they're, like, Krumping, and she, like, gets involved and she starts Krumping, but she's like, the way she moves her body is so weird. But also the way it's such a weird scene, and it ends with, like, Jesse, who's the boy she's interested in, and like just like moving his body on his, and I was like, wow, I wish somebody would do that to me. And then Brittany has like the great idea to add some of the Krumping to the routine, and so they all make up a whole new routine while Camille is not there. And then when Camille gets back, they show her and she's like, no, we are not doing that. And also, how dare y'all disrespect me? I'm the captain, and while I was gone, all of y'all decided y'all gonna change the entire routine, which is rude. But it's also like, is it not a bureaucracy? And then Rihanna was in this movie. Yeah, Rihanna is like announcing this competition, this like cheer competition where you can win like computers for the entire school. Camille sees Winnie on like the TV. She sees Winnie and like the PV high cheer squad on the TV, and she's like, okay, we'll add in the Krumping. Because the problem was that the routine was inappropriate. They were doing like inappropriate moves in the routines, which would get points like deducted from them. So they were like, so Camille came around after she saw PV High on the TV. She was like, yeah, okay, we'll do it. Let's do it. So they added it in, and at one point Winnie gets a pimple, so she stays home. She gets a pimple, she stays home, and on the TV she sees an ad for Crenshaw Heights cheer team, and she sees Brittany cheering, which is a problem because when Brittany left PV High, they made her swear that she won't be a cheerleader anymore. And she did, and she buried her pom-poms. It's like, it's so dramatic. But she was like, gotcha. And then the PV girls show up at the Crenshaw Heights game where she's cheering, which is the next funny scene. So there's a dumb girl who's so dumb she doesn't know what a digit is. She also doesn't know when her birthday is. Like, she's so dumb. But when Winnie, her, and like the Asian girl, I'm really bad at names, but like when the three of them show up at the Crenshaw Heights game, the dumb girl is like, how are we going to find her in this crowd? There's so many people here. And the camera pans out and it's just the three of them and everybody else is black, which is funny to me. They confront her, they tell her she's a chair whore. Such aggressive language. They tell her she's a cheer whore for cheering for them, and also they're no longer friends with her. And she's so upset. She's still with Brad, by the way. This entire time she's still with Brad. He like comes over to her house. Oh, he comes over to her house at one point, and like they get a pizza delivered, and the person who's delivering the pizza is Jessie, and she goes into the kitchen to get soda for them to drink while they're eating the pizza. When she sees Jessie and Brad talking, she like trips and falls, and the 2 cups of soda she was holding, like, it just like goes up. She like slips, she throws them in the air and they like fall down. When they pan to the ground, bro, those were not ice cubes. Those were like, it was like a little piece of plastic. I was like, how did I not notice this? Also, why did they put plastic? Well, they probably put it so that, because the soda spills all over her, so they didn't want actual cold something to spill all over her. But I was like, oh my god, it's a hoax. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. She's still with Brad, but she and Jessie have been getting closer. They kiss at one point. Well, he kisses her. It's like they're like talking, and then he like leans in, and as he's leaning in, she's like, I have and then they kiss, and then she pulls back and she's like, boyfriend. It's so dramatic, and she could have backed away, because now she's a cheater. And then 2, she could have just said it quick. I have a boyfriend. Not I have a boyfriend. She didn't need to do all that. Crenshaw Heights is like getting ready to do the competition, so they're practicing a lot. And the last practice that they have, she can't come to because it's the same night of the homecoming dance. And she promised Brad she would go with him. And also, Brad has been like pressuring her to have sex. Oh my god. He's been pressuring her to have sex, and she's like, oh my god, I'm not ready, I'm not ready. And then she's like, okay, wait till the homecoming dance. You can wait for me. Wait till then, and then I'll be ready, and then whatever. So Brad is taking her to the homecoming dance, and it's the last night of practice for the Crenshaw Heights team, because they have like a game or something, so they're using that as practice. And so because she wants to go to the homecoming dance, she lies and she tells them her dog died and they're having a funeral, so she can't come to the practice. And they feel so bad that Jessie and Camille bring flowers to her house, because they're like, oh my god, she's grieving the loss of her dog. So they bring flowers to her house, and that's when they find out that, oh my god, that she never had a dog. She's just blowing them off to go to the homecoming dance. And Camille gets very upset and kicks off the squad, and Jessie sees that she has a boyfriend and that she's still with him, clearly, because they're both really dressed up to go to homecoming. And he is like also very disappointed in her. They go to homecoming. Winnie is a real bitch, as usual, and like really mean to her and also their friends, as usual. And Winnie is like thinking she's winning because Winnie is behind Brittany's back sleeping with Brad, and also now she's head of the cheerleading team, and like she's the one on top now, or so she thinks, until Brittany shows her that Brad got them a hotel room, oh my god, for them to sleep together. And then Winnie gets so mad, she goes in front of the whole school and tells the whole school that she and Brad have actually been sleeping together. And so Brittany makes a speech like they deserve each other, Brad is a pig, and etc. She breaks up with him, obviously, and then she leaves. And the next day it's like very like because Winnie's being so mean, and finally she gets something bad happened to her. She's been sleeping with this boy this entire time who doesn't even care enough to break up with his girlfriend for her, because he likes his girlfriend more than he likes her, obviously. And that's what like really pushes her over the edge and makes her like go in front of the whole school and say, oh, we're sleeping together, which leads to everything else happening. Anyway, the next day is the cheer competition. Brittany shows up, and what happens? Oh, she like apologizes to Camille, etc. And Camille like lets her back on the team, and she's like, oh my god, Jessie, Camille's gonna let me cheer with you guys. And he's like, oh my god, yay, so you get everything you want, huh? And then he like walks away. He also says that in a very gay way, and I was like, oh my god, is he gay? I'm still at this point like, they've kissed already and they have chemistry, and I'm still like, is he gay? Anyway, they cheer, and it's down to like PV High and Crenshaw Heights, and so they have to have like a cheer off, and PV Heights is going first, and then Crenshaw Heights decides they're gonna like ambush them on the stage, so they do, and they like out cheer them. And Rihanna is there. I can't believe Rihanna did this movie, but she's there. And Winnie after they cheer ambush and then they stop, Winnie's like, oh my god, y'all can't do that, that's so rude, that's like against the rules, that's so ghetto. She says this in front of Rihanna. Please, like, it's like she has no self-awareness. It's like, you're a white person telling a black person, the black person who's in the position of power, because Rihanna is the one who's deciding who wins. You're telling the person who in the position, the black person in the position of power, that the black team was being ghetto, so y'all should win. Obviously, Rihanna chooses Crenshaw Heights to win, and then Winnie's like really mean and racist. She's mean to like the fat girl, the dumb girl. She's racist towards the Asian girl, and then they like decide to kick her off as head cheerleader. And so like yeah, cringe. Oh, and then Jesse and Brittany make up, and they kiss again, and that's the end of it. Anyway, I love that movie. Damn, I love that movie. It's really incredible. It is really something else. Oh, one last thing. The fat girl like passes out during the last during the competition, the big competition at the end. She like passed out because she's not been eating, because Winnie told her she's too fat. She's like literally not been eating, so she passed out. And then they like give her a chocolate bar, and she's eating a chocolate bar, and there's chocolate smeared all over her face. It's like, oh my god, look at this fat girl. She can't even control herself. She's like, there's chocolate everywhere. It's everything is, it's so heavy-handed. That part is annoying, but also I'm like, wow, this is where we were in 2003. Doesn't seem like we made much progress. 2003, 2006, I believe. At least those are not like that is not in movies anymore. Not really. At least not so outright. Come on, that girl is not fat. I will. This is the hill I'm willing to die on. That girl is not fat. Anyway, so I guess that's my review. Did I review it? It's a great. My review is great film. 7.5 out of 10. Everybody should watch. Very fun film. Also, they have like really, the soundtrack is good. At one point they play like Dirty Little Secret and like other cool songs, in my opinion. Yeah, and everybody should watch it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Maybe in the next video I will review it, but for now, bye.